Hello, bonjour and welcome to your new Bonin Private Wines video. We often go rather deep into the intricacies of understanding wine in our video series here, into really detailed knowledge about the grapes, the regions, the chemistry of wine, etc. But with today's video, we're going to stay rather light and practical, as I want to explore with you a little more wine and food pairing etiquette, or really more than etiquette. It's not going to be very complicated. This is about giving you more creative ideas on which wine you can pair with which type of food, help you get really inventive and creative with it, and perhaps making you a little hungry as well. We'll see. Today I want to talk to you about pairing chicken in particular with wine, with the eternal question, red or white. In short, the answer is both, but let's consider why and how. Let's go. Chicken is obviously what we call a white meat, so naturally you would think white wine is going to be a good option for it. And you'd be right. Funnily enough, when it comes to pairing chicken with wine, you could almost say that the color of the dish gives you which wine color to go for. Yes, let me elaborate. Take a white looking chicken dish like a creamy chicken pasta recipe, a chicken alfredo from Italy, or a creamy chicken pie. Take even a chicken Caesar salad or any salad with a creamy dressing on it, or even take a mild creamy chicken curry like korma. All of those are going to be chicken dishes that pair best with white wine indeed. As always, when it comes to pairing wine with food, you want the power of the wine to be matched and to match the flavor power of the dish. Simple rule, but very important. If the wine is too big, well, you won't taste the dish really well and appreciate the subtle flavors, the subtle nuances of the dish. That's why all of those creamy chicken dishes that are mild and quite delicate, a lightly oaked white and other smooth dry whites like an unoaked or really lightly oaked Chardonnay or Chenin Blanc or Viognier will be your perfect choices. What is great with white wine on chicken as well is that you can easily match the sweetness level of the food with the wine. So if the dish is completely savory, like the ones we've just been talking about, stay on a dry white. But if the dish has some sweet savory element to it, like a Thai green curry, a chicken tikka masala, or any Asian style sweet savory soy sauce and slightly sweet recipe, like a chicken teriyaki for example, an off-dry white will go even better, like a medium dry Riesling or an off-dry Pinot Grigio or Pinot Gris, because against the relative sweetness of the dish you need that touch of sweetness in the wine as well, so it doesn't feel too sour. If the wine doesn't have any sweetness at all, if it's too dry, it's going to feel really harsh and acidic with those. With white wines as well, you can also play around with the aromatic intensity of the wine. That's how fruity a style you want to go for. When the dish has some heat to it, I personally also like to counterbalance the heat of the dish with a playful, fruity, aromatic white wine like a Pinot Grigio or a Sauvignon Blanc or very fruity Riesling. You could also go with a very clearly aromatic, powerfully fruity wine like a Gewürztraminer here. This gives your taste buds a bit of a refreshing and relaxing fruity break from the heat of the dish. Dishes such as hot creamy curries or Mexican chicken-based foods like enchiladas or fajitas. I personally think those aromatic whites like a Grigio or a Sauvignon Blanc are also utterly playful, really extremely fun and enjoyable with fried chicken as well, especially the spicy type, because it gives you that contrast of fruitiness, that burst of fruity flavors that really contrasts really well with the spicy foods. Food for thought, right? While white wines provide this very enjoyable, extremely versatile variety of different sweetness levels and varied degrees of acidity and fruitiness that we love to play around with, When your chicken dishes become too powerful in flavors, well, generally speaking, you will just have to switch to a red wine. And certain types of flavors that come with certain dishes also demand a red wine because they're too strong for a white. So that's all the chicken dishes based on tomatoes and or bell peppers, and there's endless recipes in all cuisines using a base of tomatoes with chicken, like chicken cacciatore in Italy, an Indian tomato chicken, or a chicken tinga in Mexican cuisine. Great red choices here include an Italian Chianti, for example, or a Super Tuscan, but also Shiraz or Syrah wines, or a Spanish Tempranillo, for example. Likewise, all chicken dishes with a barbecue sauce, so all the marinated and barbecued chicken, will go best with a red wine, for sure. All the red Indian chicken curries will work nicely with red wine as well. On all those you can go with, of course, bigger reds such as a Zinfandel, a Merlot, or a Malbec that we love so much. Finally, all preparations that include wine in the sauce itself will demand a red wine more than a white, of course. And that's, for example, the famous French cuisine's coq au vin, which is essentially a chicken cooked in red wine. But there's also in Italy a chicken marsala made with the Sicilian fortified marsala wine and mushrooms. Now, the only exception that I could think of a red looking chicken dish that might work better with a white wine than with a red might well be a red Thai chicken curry. Otherwise, any red looking or reddish brown looking chicken dish overall will work better with red. Of course, depending on your personal preference and how powerful and strongly flavored the dish is, with red wines also you can play around and match the intensity of the wine to the intensity of the dish, from the lighter and more acidic reds like Pinot Noir or Beaujolais on subtler recipes to the fuller bodied and fuller, bigger, richer reds on richer, stronger, more flavorsome dishes. Are you salivating yet? And now let's answer the common interrogation, the eternal question about which color is best with a simple roasted chicken, and it could be a roasted turkey as well, red or white. And I'm pleased to say that both are great in this case. A nice Chardonnay or Viognier is absolutely beautiful, my recommendations, or even a good Sauvignon Blanc. Oaky whites can be delicious as well here, because roasted chicken has this combination of subtle flavors in the flesh and stronger, bolder, bigger aromas from the crispest skin. And those oaky whites have also that combination, subtle, fruity, floral flavors, but also the bolder flavors from the oak. So they could be really good here. If you prefer to go red though, I personally think that subtler reds are better than your full-fledged big oaky reds, because chicken remains that elegant meat flavor-wise. So favor the Pinot Noirs, the Red Burgundy, the Beaujolais, the Gamay, or if you want to go a little bigger, a not too strong Rhone-style red, a Grenache or a Côte du Rhône, for example. Other examples of chicken dishes that tolerate both red and white include Middle Eastern cuisine dishes such as a chicken tagine, chicken kebabs, or shawarma. Whew, salivating just thinking about those. Wow, fantastic dishes. We're traveling the world today, aren't we? While, of course, if all of this was a little too confusing and too complicated for you, you can always go in between red and white, and you can always pick a rosé, which will virtually go with every possible chicken dish, although not perfectly with the most powerful ones, such as the ones with a wine sauce or the barbecued chicken. But rosé otherwise will be great with salads, of course. It'll work with curries, the spicy Mexican food, Italian or Turkish dishes. I guess I could have summarized it all for you here today and said, with chicken, simply go with rosé, and that would have worked pretty practically all the time. But at least now you've got options and you've got understanding, hopefully. And on this, I'll leave it here for today. Enjoy your vino and your food, stay safe, and I will see you soon in the wonderful world of vino. Salute. Cheers.